Very good morning, children. Hope all are doing good. Yes, Grace. How about you? Are you doing well? Are you able to follow the problems what I am teaching it to you? Very good. Okay. Now today you are going to learn about fractions. Okay. So how to represent a fraction in the number line? What are the different types of fractions? Okay. Now before that, what do you mean by a fraction? So you have learned in grade 5 what or till grade 5 you have in grade 3, grade 4 and grade 5 you have about fractions. What is a fraction? Tell me. Okay. A fraction is nothing but a part of a whole. Fraction is nothing but a part of a whole is nothing but a fraction. So part of a whole is nothing but fraction. What do you mean by whole? It's not a whole. Whole is nothing but 1. The whole part is nothing but 1. In 1, some part of the 1 is nothing but the fraction. Say, suppose I have 3. Okay. And another 3. Total how many I have here? 10 circles. Now I am shading the few circles I have shaded. What is the shaded part in this? Out of 10 parts, how many parts I have shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the shaded part is nothing but the numerator. And the total number of parts is nothing but the denominator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 parts I have shaded, that is numerator. The total parts, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm sorry. 8. So 8 is nothing but the denominator. So from complete part you have taken one part, that is fraction 5 by 8. Got it? So this is what you will learn till your grade 5. Okay, it has two parts, that is numerator as well as the denominator. And how to represent a fraction on a number line. Okay, how to represent a fraction on a number line. Let us see. Now let us take 4 by 5. 4 by 5. Obviously, 4 by 5 lies between 0 and 1. Am I right? So, take first draw line 0 and 1. So, 4 by 5 lies between 0 and 1. Okay. Now, what is my denominator? 5. It means from 0 till 1, I am dividing it into 5 parts. I am dividing it into 5 parts. See. 1 part, second part, third part, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have divided into 5 parts because my denominator is 5. Now in this, I have to represent 4 by 5. So what is my 4 by 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 by 5. Got it? So first you have to check the denominator. Accordingly you have to divide it and you have to take the numerator. Accordingly you will be getting the fraction. Got it? So let us take the other number. Say 3 by 4. 3 by 4. Come on, draw the line. 1, 0. What is my denominator? 4. It means how many parts I have to divide? 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 parts I have divided, right? Now 3 by 4. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. 3 by 4. Got it? So this is how you represent a fraction on the number line. Got it? Next, let us learn let us learn the types of fractions. So you know how many types of fractions are there? There are many types. Am I right? Many types, it means there are no 100 types. Okay, so we have proper fractions, improper fractions, mixed fractions, unit fractions, equivalent fractions, like fractions and unlike fractions. All these 7 varieties of fractions you have learnt in your grade 5. But here in grade 6, we will be learning in detail about 4 types of fractions. That's it. What are those? Proper fraction, fraction, if numerator is less than denominator, NR is nothing but numerator, DR is nothing but denominator. If numerator is less than denominator, then such fraction is called proper fraction. Got it? A fraction whose numerator is less than denominator is called proper fraction. So what will be the example? 3 by 4 and 6 by 7, 2 by 5, so on. So here what do you observe? The numerator is it less than denominator? Yes, that is proper fraction. And having what? Improper fraction. Improper fraction is opposite of the proper fraction. That is, if the numerator is greater than denominator. If numerator is greater than denominator, that is called as the improper fraction. Numerator is greater than denominator is improper fraction. Numerator less than denominator is proper fraction. Now what is an example? Let us say, reverse that. 4 by 3, 9 by 7, 5 by 3. Got it? So if if numerator is greater than the denominator, then it is an improper fraction. And all the proper fractions, all the proper fractions are less than 1. Keep it in mind. All the proper fractions are less than 1. All the improper fractions are greater than 1. All the proper fractions are less than 1. All the improper fractions are greater than 1. You can represent proper fraction on the number line. And how to represent improper fraction on the number line? You cannot. So, before that, you have to learn about the mixed fraction. That also I will teach you how to represent this mixed fraction on a number line also I will teach you. Now coming to mixed fraction, I hope you learned about proper and improper. If numerator is less than denominator, that is proper fraction. And all proper fractions are less than 1. If numerator is greater than denominator, then it is an improper fraction. And all improper fractions are greater than 1. Okay, now let us move on to the other mixed fraction. Mixed fraction. So what do you mean by mixed fraction? A whole number with the proper fraction. A whole number and a proper fraction is called mixed fraction. See, whole number 3, proper fraction 2 by 5. 3, 2 by 5. Whole number and a proper fraction is a mixed fraction. Always remember children, mixed fraction will have only proper fractions. An improper fraction cannot be used in writing the mixed fraction. Why? I will tell you. Now, see, mixed fraction is nothing but a whole number and a proper fraction. Together we call it as a mixed fraction. Why not a mixed fraction cannot have a improper? Because improper fractions can be converted into mixed fractions. Why only a proper fraction is why only a whole number and a proper fraction is called a mixed fraction? Why not a whole number and a improper fraction is called a mixed fraction? Because an improper fraction can be converted into a mixed fraction, but not a proper fraction. Proper fraction cannot be converted into a mixed fraction, children. That's why a mixed fraction will have always a proper fraction, a combination of whole number and proper fraction. You can convert an improper fraction to a mixed fraction. That's why an improper fraction cannot be a part of mixed fraction. That is the difference. Got it? And all improper fractions can be converted into mixed fractions, but we cannot convert proper fractions into mixed fractions. Got it? And mixed fractions also can be converted into proper. When you are converting a mixed fraction, always the fraction you will be getting is an improper fraction only, but not proper fraction. Got it, children? So this is about your three varieties of fraction. Equivalent fraction. After this number line, I will move on to that. Okay. So three types of fraction: numerator less than denominator, proper fraction; numerator greater than denominator, improper fraction; whole number with proper fraction is mixed fraction. And all proper fractions are less than 1, all improper fractions are greater than 1, and improper fractions can be converted into mixed fractions. Okay, children? Now let us learn how to represent a mixed fraction on a number line. Look at the board very carefully. Now I have 1 3 by 5. 1 3 by 5, it means it lies between 1 and 2. 1 3 by 5. It lies between 1 and 2. Now let us draw a number line. Always starts with 0, then 1, then 2. Now already it is there 1. Now between 1 and 2 I have to represent 3 by 5. If it is only 3 by 5, I will represent between 0 and 1. But it is 1 3 by 5, I am representing it in between 1 and 2. Now what is my denominator? 5. Come on, divide 1 and 2 into 5 parts. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. See, 1 2 3 4 5 parts. I have divided into 5 parts. Now numerator is 3. 1 2 3. This is 3 by 5. 1 3 by 5 is nothing but your mixed fraction. This is how you will represent a mixed fraction on the number line. Got it, children? That's it. Very simple it is. Okay. Now, let us move on to your equivalent fraction. So, what do you mean by an equivalent fraction? Equivalent fractions, how do you get it? Now, on multiplying or dividing any fraction with the same number, on multiplying or dividing a fraction with the same number, whatever the fraction you are getting, that is called as the equivalent fraction. Now suppose I have here 2 by 3. Now I am multiplying 2 and 3 with the same number into 3 into 3. So whatever the number I am multiplying the numerator, the same number I am multiplying with the denominator also. 2 3s are 6, 3 3s are 9. So 6 by 9 is an equivalent fraction of 2 by 3. 6 by 9 is an equivalent fraction of 2 by 3. Now I need another equivalent fraction. Say 2 by 3 into 4 into 4. 2 4s are 8, 3 4s are 12. 6 by 9 and 8 by 12 are the two equivalent fractions of 2 by 3. Got it, children? So whenever you are multiplying or dividing in the sense, suppose I have 10 by 12. Now 10 and 12 are the multiples of which table? 2. Now 10 divided by 2, 12 divided by 2. 10 on dividing with 2, 5. 12 on dividing with 2, 6. 5 by 6 is an equivalent fraction of 10 by 12. So on multiplying or dividing the numerator and the denominator with the same number, you will be getting the equivalent fractions. Got it? Now, how to write a equivalent fraction? How to write the equivalent fraction? Suppose I have write 3 equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. Write 3 equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. It means you are multiplying 3 by 5. Whatever the number you are multiplying with the numerator, the same has to be done with the denominator. 9 by 15. Again 3 by 5 into 4 into 4. 12 by 20. Again 3 by 5 into 5 into 5. That is 15 by 25. So what are the 3 equivalent fractions I got? 9 by 15, comma 12 by 20, comma 15 by 25. These are the 3 equivalent fractions. So choose any number. I have chosen here 3, 4, 5. Apart from this, you can choose any number also. Okay. If I need 4 equivalent fraction, again I will multiply 3 by 5 with the other number. But whatever the number you are multiplying to the numerator, the same has to be multiplied with the denominator. Got it, children? So this is how you will write the equivalent fractions. Suppose I have question, write an equivalent of a fraction 3 by 11. Let me rub the board. So you have to write an equivalent fraction whose denominator is 33. I have 3 by 11. Now I have to write an equivalent fraction whose denominator, dr is nothing but denominator. Okay, so denominator should be 33. Now take 3 by 11, children. Now 3 by 11, just compare this denominator and this denominator. 11, 33. 11, 33. 33 and 11 how many times? 3 times. So into 3, into 3. 9 by 33. Is it not I got the like fraction, equivalent fraction whose denominator is 33? I have fulfilled the condition? Yes. Let us take other example. So I have to write an equivalent fraction of 24 by 42. 24 by 42, denominator should be 7. So I have to write an equivalent fraction whose denominator should be 7. It means I have to convert this 42 to the denominator 7. Listen, children, just see 42 is greater than 7, but previously 11 is less than 33. So just compare it. If it is less, you are multiplying. If it is more, you are dividing. How to check whether you have to multiply or divide? Listen, compare the given denominators. Here I have 11, here I have 33. So here the denominator I have to convert is greater than the given denominator. It means I have to multiply. But here 7, 42. The given denominator is 42 is greater than to the denominator that have to change. Then in such case you have to divide. It means 7, 6. So 24 and 42 is there, and what I have to do if I have to change the denominator 42 to 7. If the given denominator is greater than the denominator to be changed, you have to divide. Now 7 in 42 how many times, children? 6. It means I have to divide 24 as well as 42 with 6. 24 divided with 6, 4, and 42 divided with 6, 7. Is it not I got the denominator 7? Yes. So whenever you are converting any fraction to the equivalent fraction, just check these things, children. Given denominator and to the denominator to which I have to change. Here, these two denominators are greater. If it is greater, you have to multiply. If it is lesser than, you have to divide. This is how you can check whether to multiply or divide. So this is about your equivalent fractions. Okay. And next you have simplest form. What do you mean by simplest simplest form, children, you are cancelling the numerator and the denominator with the same table. Say suppose I have 15 by 50. Now I have to write this 15 by 50 in the simplest form. Simplest form. Now let us see 15 and 50. Both the numbers will go in which table, children? 5 table. So 15 in 5, 3 times, and 50 in 5, 10 times. What did I get? 3 by 10. Now 3 and 10 can be cancelled with any other table? No, we can stop here only. So 3 by 10 is the simplest form of 15 by 50. Got it? So it means you are cancelling the numerator and denominator with the same table till you get the numerator and denominator which does not have the common factors. Okay. Now let us take the other example expressing in the simplest form. Let us take 21 by 35. Now 21 and 35, whenever you have, try to remember your tables. So tables plays an important role whenever you have to convert a fraction into its simplest form. Now 21 and 35 are the multiples of 7. 7 3s are 7 5s are. So 3 by 5. Now 3 and 5 will go in the same table? No. Now 3 by 5 is the simplest form of 21 by 35. This is how we are going to represent the simplest form of a fraction. So this is for today's class. In the next class, we will be further learning how to compare the fractions. Okay children, hope you understood today's concept. We'll see you in the next class.